Well, it is the Twilight Zone. How are y'all doing? So good to see you. Just speaking favor over us all. Nothing missing, nothing broken. It's Friday. What is Friday? Friday is the eternal looking within day. So there we go. So good to see everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I know you have lots of choices, and so it's always groovy to have you part of the Soul Tribe and making the journey even more, how should we say, exciting, meaningful. So anyway, man, I'll tell you what, just digging the vibes now that I got everything in the right vibe. And I hope you like the vibes today. You know, Love music, any and all kinds of music. So, what's happening, everybody? Hello, everyone in the chat room and all the moderators. Hello, Deborah. Good to see you. Lost in Space. Robert V, how are you doing? Paul from Newcastle, how are you doing? John Price, hello. Mad Cow, what's up? Hello, Julianne, how are you? Good to see you, having you here. David Barry, love you, dude, man. For sure. Grandpa Brian going to be on tomorrow night with Robert V over on the Soul Tribe channel. Teresa, good to see you. With tonight, she's with the Andromeda 7 Celestial Gateway folks. Marie, good to see you. Hello, Nina, wearing one of Nina's creations. Link is below. Yeah. Spread the dough, right? Loretta, how are you doing? Good to see you. Mossy Man, hello. And Kelly, good to see you as well. Hey, Jenny, much love, darling. Hello, Guy and Paul. Yeah, tap the like button, hit it. Back in the days, hit the tap. There you go. And it will speak right back. Hello, Red Honey. How are you doing? Good to see you, Janie. And hello, Martin and Heidi. Kent and Tammy, hello. Good to see you. So, Big Al. Speaking of Big Al, man, I'm going to tell you what, Al, you send these on my messenger, but I got to get those graphs so we can get, yeah, love the shirt. Yeah. Because Al's designed a couple that I'm going to get done. One for the Steiger Perspective, and I want to give a shout out to Carlos and all the quote unquote cowboys out there in West Texas at the blank ranch. I can't, privacy. But anyway, thank you for the email, man. Apparently, the Steiger Perspective is like the number one thing on Thursday nights in the bunkhouse that they listen to. He says that some listen to the show on YouTube. He says it's sometimes a little beyond the reach, but they nevertheless love the Steiger Perspective. So thank you again. Honored. What can you say? Man, have to be definitely moving up in the world when the cowboys are actually real cowboys, and actually in the bunkhouse listening. So how far out is that? So again, honored, guys. That's all I can say. Thank you. Trying to make those shows as authentic as they can be. And yeah, what can we say? Da-doom. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Mario in Croatia. Mario, send Mario. He needs that type of positive energy that this group is so well at sending. Very touching email. And Mario, way to go. You are a supernatural being. We're going to talk about that. But don't ever become so down. The losses in our lives can be sometimes more than what we think that we can actually bear. But the human spirit, it can't be broken. And I have found this to be true in life. Sometimes the losses cannot be replaced, but it doesn't mean there isn't something else that can, the way I look at it, come right up beside it. So, Mario, hang in there, buddy. We love you. And lots of people from all over the world listen to this show, folks. It's, Bangladesh, India, Iran, Croatia, England, Texas. So there we go. That's all I can say. Far out. That's pretty cool. Hey, Brandon, got your email too, buddy. There is a remarkable group here. It really is. It keeps me in awe, as they would say. It's like, wow, So what else is happening? Centration in meditation says India, where I am based. Well, welcome. Namaste to you. So good to have you as part of this. The energy. I mean, this is like a big kitchen, a cosmic kitchen. And our ingredients, they come from all over the cosmos. And we have fun in our kitchens. And that's all I can say. Bama, happy age to Aquarius. Happy birthday. Aquas, well, happy birthday. Absolutely. So what else? Yeah. Joyce, you're absolutely right. So how you doing, Joyce? Good to see you, by the way. Julie, good to see you. Robin, hello. So we just send Bama big hugs. There we go. So Al texted me this morning, and I was rather disturbed. And Al, I know you're listening. Perry, speaking peace and protection over you as well. Elderberry, how you doing? Witch Moon 73, how are you doing? Much love to you. Favor, high five. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Read palms. I'm learning how. It's a very interesting modality, I have to say. So anyway, getting back to Al, Big Al, he texted me, and I want to get this right, Al, because wow, very disturbing. He says, please send healing today to Mary Wins. So Mary, we're sending you healing, girl, and protection, Now get this, folks. A force had pushed her down outside her home, out of nowhere, and as she crashed and she got hurt. Perry's girlfriend got pushed out of the shower. What the freak? And got injured. Al's wife, right in front of him, got pushed to the floor. And he says, what the fuck is going on? Teresa got pushed yesterday. So, wow. I was meditating on this, trying to get some direction and guidance on this as to what's going on here. Typically, angelics won't do that. They don't tip. That's not their SOP. Jen, I lack of firm knowledge here, so I can't address that. But it would seem that if it's attacking, particularly women, it would indicate some intelligence. Now, this is really odd because it's violating. I mean, there are natural laws. Spirits, if they break them, there is a consequence for that. So, looking into this, something I could recommend, and these are pouches in this case, crystals. We are crystal beings. We live in a crystal environment. Another thing that you can put in here is salt. Salt is crystalline. You should charge it. There is salt that is alive, salt that's dead. But, get whatever particular thing crystal you're happy with and, charge it just like you would do a talisman, a sigil. Speaking of sigils, there is one particular sigil, very powerful. You carry this with you and you are Mrs., Ms., and Mr. Badass. I mean, I happen to know firsthand that sigils, amulets, other things work. Being that these attacks are outside the house as well, that's even a little more troubling because you can deal pretty much with issues inside the house. Many times we invite energies, entities in with us that we're not even aware. There are hitchhikers that, they will hitch a ride. But one of the things that if you haven't done this, wherever you live, charge some, this is what I do. And I've lived here for a long time. And two things, I walked the property first, dropping salt and you don't have to do it in a continuous thing, but I put the angelics in charge every square inch. I mean, there's over 100 trillion of them. I mean, it's not like that, you're going to run out. Put them in charge. I also anointed my doorways. You should too. Because the doorway is very important. You think about the doorway into your house. It's your domicile. It is you. It's your personal space, man. It's like, man, it's my space. But yeah. And I know Al said that Karen, Al, I want to get this right. I think you said that she was working on something long. I just want to make sure that I got my information. Karen is preparing some form of protection magic. Perhaps you may jive with the tribe. So ideas. I mean, this is happening and people are getting hurt. That is not cool. It's not cool at all. There is a consequence for such actions. Grace says we need to protect ourselves whichever way Sage, you're dwelling inside and out, all windows and doors, strengthening your personal grid. I agree. We must take authority for ourselves. This is my story. Jenny says it's great to have them, and I'm not catching on the conversation, Jenny. So Teresa says Karen is helping. Yes. Nina says, watch my video about cleansing yourself in home. Cool. Hey, Street Mom, how are you doing? Linda said, I just did crystal grids on the property of my new house. See, very, very good. Yeah. And that it is disturbing because attacks, that's crossing a line. Yeah. And that to me is, well, from if something was like to happen to my wife, I'm going into the spirit realm. I'm going into the astral realm and you best not be in my way. I will track you down. I will track the astral planes from here to the next eternity of eternities. And when I do capture you, you will be extracted the energy that you extracted illegally from me or those whom I love. Energy is the name of the game. It's not a curse. It's not any of the other. It's energy. Energy is the currency in the spirit realm. Either you have a lot of it or know how to tap into it, or you have very little of it. And needless to say, obviously, if you have very little, then you begin to desperately seek out how you can become more than what you are. So, exactly. I mean, don't fuck with me. That's all I got to say. In the natural and in the spiritual, I am respectful. I am honorable. I respect authority. There is hierarchies in the spiritual realm, in the astrals. But by God, I'm not going to kiss your ass, and you're not going to come in and try to kick my ass. I left a link, Gaia and Paul. I left a link in yesterday's video. If you haven't gone back, check it out. The little 3-year-old girl should be exactly the same mental attitude we all have. As she said to her mama, her mother asked her, well, what are you going to do if the monsters come in? Go see it. And from the pure heart of a 3-year-old, she says, I'm going to kick their ass. And her mom says, what did you say? She said, I'm going to kick their ass. She said, they're going to come in my house to kick my ass, so I'm going to kick their ass. So we're going to do some spiritual kicking the booty, man. Exactly. And I look at all the crystals that people have given me, charged me, charged meaning they put energy into it. Karen, first met Karen, sends me this box of amethyst that I have given away, Karen, just like you have given on your master crystals, which mine stays right over here all the time. So yeah, we got to get it, man. That's how we do it. There's life to these things. Put a laser to them. You don't think that there's life inside light? This is why these books are just, to me, are so interesting. And then it wouldn't hurt that, we've talked about this before. Now, I've used these so much that the copper has, become stained with the oils of my hand, as the zinc has. But in meditation, these are fabulous, called rods of Ra. And Marsha has them filled with crystal and other things in them. And folks, they're charged. Helps with you. So think about it. These are modalities. These are tools that people here in this soul tribe make. I mean, the thing about it is that when Marsha makes these, and with Jenny, with her teas and the other things that people do with their hands, their energy is endowed in these. And the intent, I received that intent. Charge me up, baby. That's all I got to say. Charge me up. Hey, it is just the way it is. I mean, the spiritual realm, I wish it was all unicorns and fairies and, puffy clouds. It's not. There are no doubt the enclaves, spiritual enclaves, tribes, groups that spirits gather. Even in the other realm, we're social beings. Oh, you've got the hermits out there, but hey, that's cool too. Nothing wrong with a period of introspection. Yeah, that's what I say. Bum. And I'll be opening up tomorrow night at, yeah. Oh, such a beautiful day. You smile it away. And if the study that came out of, what was it? UCLA, I think it was. I believe I was right on that. It could have been MIT, one of the two, that there is a 15-second delay between what, this is weird because I read the article. Apparently, our brains are cognitive of the fact that we live in a state of where there's nothing but ethereal energy. And it takes us apparently 15 seconds to frame reality. Lynn and I were talking this morning, and I said, "Hun," I said, that means if this is true, I mean, I don't know, they're MIT or UCLA, whatever, that we're merely living in the past. We're never present. And she rolls over, looks at me, and she says, "What the hell are you talking about?" Of course, it was early. And I said, "But hun, think about this." I said, if it's true, I said, you and I, we're sharing this thing, this reality, or at least a bubble of it. But if this is true, we're never conscious of the present. We're only conscious of the past. And she told me, "Go make the coffee, damn it." It's too early in the morning, but and I dropped my pen. That's all right. Got another one. But yeah, let's see. There's a discussion over on Discord carrying on this because it's really weird. I mean, that means, so I'm thinking about this right now. So many of you are watching, but you're actually watching in about a 15-second delay. Odd, isn't it? I have the ability to see myself live, but then I have myself with the ability of seeing the delay that you're seeing. And then I can compound that by the fact, then that means we're all technically already living a delay. Is there a freaking echo in here? Here? I mean, what the hell is going on here? I mean, I can't take that. What if that was true? How could we show emotions ahead of a tragedy, a 911 type tragedy? It's weird. So thinking about this, I heard a very distinct voice speak a single word to me. Now, this is really strange. Have you ever had that encounter where you are present, where yourself is talking to you, but the self that's talking to you is actually in the future? And it's not a very lengthy conversation because there's time elements all in this thing. But anyway, so yeah, I heard a distinct word and I said, okay, that's cool. I go by the mantra that in the mouth of two or more witnesses, let everything be established as true, right? In this day and age, I don't know, maybe it's only one. Hey, Martin and Heidi, how y'all doing? So I randomly pulled one of the angel cards, and Big Al now has that. And I'm still looking for, is there a pre-order? Someone needs to tell me. Luava, Isaiah, yeah. This is angel number 2, and I just got this rush over me when I read what this angel is an angel of, because it was the exact word that I spoke to myself. And I know that sounds strange, but I think we do it more often than what we realize. Because if we are in fact spirit beings, we're omnipresent, we're omnipotent. Yeah. So check that out. This is the angel of victory. Now, that was the exact word spoken to me about an hour earlier. Yeah, I completely just went, okay, fine. Yeah, and this is the patron of renowned people. Wow. So that's interesting. Successful persons and people working in a humanitarian industry. In other words, if you're helping others, this is your angel, baby. That's all I got to say. Energy Shifter said, sure felt like I wasn't fully in my body yesterday. Yeah. Big Al says, yes, on the pre-order. So Big Al, send me a link and I'll promote it, make sure that even myself get the pre-orders in. Anyway, let's see what else. Brings recognition and success. Can help you to become, well, famous or an expert in your field. Everybody's a star. Everybody's famous. The fact that one person can remember you, baby, you're in the club. Brings the light of God, goodness, altruism, and kindness. Fills us with a confidence, an enthusiasm, and joy. I love the synchronicities. I love the synchronicities. Let's see. As an enthusiast, this angel helps to bring success, successful intuitions, and business that are useful for humanity. Interesting. Very symbol of harmony, of cosmic organization, and provides with knowledge about it. Often the power of immense wisdom, which we use with a righteous, and if I got that right, mind. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to read the question. Hey, Karen, how you doing? Karen says, I guess I better put the link on the button. Okay. See, I love it's like, I'm driving the bus and I'm hearing half the conversation, 6 rows back, and you're going, well, gee, wait a minute. One person says, my understanding so far is that all sources originate from the source of all sources, the omnipotent source of all sentience, and all realities of all dimensions. Yeah. I contend we still don't understand what light is. I mean, if we are progressing, and I think the species is not, but I do believe that in the natural law, there will be those who will always succeed, no matter what. You can't hold us down, man. Don't bring me down. That's all I got to say. Don't bring me down, man. What was it? The song on what was it? Abbey Road? Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down. I'm in love for the first time. Don't you know? Anyway, there we go. So, yeah. Cheers, anybody. Nina, what's up? Her show is on Sunday, by the way, so I can get them all out there. Hey, David Castle, how are you doing? Greg, good to see you. I'm in love for the first. All right. So there we go. There's my 29. That's all I got to say. All right. So, um, I think it's still cool. I got to tell you, to actually think that there are people. These are to be out there, And I know West Texas. I've driven through it. West Texas it may not be the middle of nowhere, but it's right on the edge. Mm-hmm. I mean, there are wide open spaces out there. And I think it's just kind of cool that you never know who's out there listening in. I think it's kind of rather cool, isn't it? Bum, 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 bum. Marie says, really been digging CCR. Oh, yes. Energy Shifter says, West Texas or West Texas? Hey, it's big, open. I hitchhiked across it twice. And the first time was a freaking woof. That trip, I was just turned 18, and I'm hitchhiking across the United States and on Interstate 10, heading into San Antonio, Texas. Yeah. And wow. A service man picked us up. He was in the Air Force. And happiness is really Lubbock, Texas, if you got it in your rear view mirror. Now, I get that. I really do. And anyway, I was hitchhiking with a guy. His name was James. And I mean, we started out in Houston, Texas, and the whole trip had been really trippy to begin with. But then we get outside San Antonio, Texas, and we smoke a joint. So we're stoned. And we know it's Interstate 10 because we know where we're going. We're going to the West Coast. 10 goes all the way. Well, he was stoned. We were stoned. And back there in those days, you had 90, which was alternate 10. And he took us down alternate 90, 10. Woo! And I'll got to tell you what, the next 24 hours was a trip. Mm-hmm. We could have been murdered twice. There's no exaggeration. No exaggeration. And yeah, there are beings that watch over us. They are. And I don't know why some don't watch over others as well, and why some of us seem that, we have these encounters that could have turned really bad for us, really bad, but they didn't. I mean, we went through it, but we really didn't know it was that bad until we went through it. And then you look back and you go, that was really bad. That could have really turned out really, really bad. Yeah, that was one of those trips. Nina says, okay, there's a whole conversation there. I'm trying to keep up on two things. So anyway, moving right on along, but what a adventure. So, Ginger, yeah, yeah. Jenny says, maybe it's just our watchers. Yeah, it may be. Some really do it. I mean, the time that the group of dudes that were going to take me out and put a bullet in the back of my head, and how they stop at a stoplight. This was right in Katy, Texas, and outside Katy, Texas, actually. And two Department of Public Safety officers pull up on each side. I mean, they were going to do me in. I've talked about this on other times, but yeah, these interventions, like, if that hadn't happened, it could have been a really bad outcome for all of us. Well, for me, but y'all know, it happens. And I can testify that the unseen realm is as real to me as it is talking to all of y'all, because technically all of y'all are the unseen realm. I can't see any of you. I can see some of that, right? But technically you're the unseen to me. Now that is interesting. Me wonders if there is a connection to this. You see, there's a delay right here. So, interesting. When you have 9 lives like that damn cat, and I think they may have, in previous lives, I brought a few more over, when I look at some of the events, this is one. How many of you can see? You see that? That happened when I was 15, living at Family Connection on the corner of Indiana and Commonwealth in the Montrose area. This is a result of taking LSD, knocking on a French window pane door that was actually inside. So it was kind of like this really intricate, kind of like stained glass. But so when you put your hand through those type of little window panes, the thing is that you should not yank it back out, because that's where the problem came in. And so bleeding out, that was a real experience. I mean, you really feel that separation, the lifting of that kind of that spirit thing, because you're seeing all of your nutrients going everywhere until they put the wrap on it. Yeah. Crazy times. Okay. Scotty Boy said, what if I was typing naked in the middle of a field? I don't get that. But what a sight. Scotty Boy, I mean, I just framing that reality. Michael Musgrove says, Preliminal said, I had several LSD experiences in 82 and 83. I don't recommend it. Well, mine were pretty cool. I never had a bad one, but y'all know that, on that one. And, it's for, where each individual's at. That's the journey, isn't it? So anyway, kaboom. Go figure, right? That's this. I'm still getting the picture of Scotty Boyd naked in the field, typing on the computer. That one is interesting. But be proud, be free. That's the whole idea, If you can frame a reality, does that mean you can hang it on a wall? Good question. Technically, maybe we are merely a frame of a reality on a wall of another species, another consciousness. Much like, I love art museums. Many of you know the Smithsonian was a client of mine for a long time. But the great thing about seeing work of arts is that it becomes a reality. I mean, it really does. Maybe for the briefest nanosecond, but we found out in the readings what we're doing thus far, nanoseconds are lifetimes. Oh, Guy, I can tell you about Beloved. Yeah, I'll have to tell you on that one. Yeah. Nina, is that what I think that is? Monkey see, monkey do, monkey say. Is that what it is? Monkey hear? Yeah. Monkey see, monkey do. There. Cannot see no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil. Correct. Oh, Shannon, that's really a good question. I mean, it's that famous picture of the guy who really ascends and becomes aware, and he picks up our firmament, our sky, and realizes, oh shit, I want back in. It is kind of safe in the cocoon. You think about it, but I would agree with you on that. Ruth Ann said, we did LSD and a woman broke in our house and the cops showed up. Very traumatizing. She was, wow. Now that is a weird trip. Whoa. Woo. Yeah, he's actually pissed off at me. So, but yeah, not, to each we have our own path. This snow globe, that would make for a bad trip. Wow. Friday musings, agendas. So are we in an agenda? That's the question I keep asking myself. I mean, if we separate ourselves from a perceived agenda, are we merely adapting ourselves to yet another agenda? You hear the thing that everybody's here for a purpose. Well, if you're here for a purpose, isn't a purpose an agenda? So do we have an agenda on a one-on-one reality of the universe that's our consciousness? Much like Trina said of the individual she saw at the funeral, that he was, and I have to say, you think about this, I'm quite amazed as well. The cosmic consciousness that you have created. I can't help but think somewhere deep down inside of me that these realities that we've created, we spent a lifetime perfecting them. Here we are on this journey. And I look and I think to myself, it's fantastic. From where I started out, and I remember really way back, I remember this, I was conscious, but everything around me was this, it was this beautiful aqua blue green. I mean, it was, yeah. But anyway, to where I am now. Okay, Nina. Well, then I guess we're in good company, aren't we? There you go. I mean, I love them, and but hey, we all have our different points of view. And anyway, Scotty Boy says, I have no purpose to speak of. I create purpose as I dance along. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Ooh, so yeah, reading some of the comments. Of course, it's going by pretty quick. Anyway, it got me to thinking. I mean, is there really an agenda that we have here? And then and then I'm thinking to myself, so are we creating the agenda? Scotty, that's what I'd be asking. Do you create the agenda as we go? Or if we're living 15 seconds in the past, wow. I mean, you can really fill in the blanks in that. 15 seconds is a lifetime, Nina says we can't please them all. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There is a song written like that, but you can still love them and just say it's cool, All family have arguments, Eventually you just have to say, we love you, man. We love you. And eventually you hug and so it's all right. It's how relationships build, right? And don't ever tell me that if you're been married for a length of time, that, that's where you really find where you find how much you really care for another person, even in the arguments. Because makeup sex is always groovy. That's all I got to say. Boom. That's all I got to say about that. Because we're real here. We're really real. So someone, Brandon, who was it that sent me this book? There's actually a couple I want to show you. We won't get into them, but we will cover them. This is a cool one. It's Becoming Supernatural. This is how common people are doing the uncommon. This is Dr. Dispenza, excuse me. It's really kind of cool book. I've just gone over it briefly, but you know, the Evelyn Woods speed reading classes. But this is a cool book. And in essence, what I picked up from it is reading is that we all are supernatural beings. It's the teachings that we're taught that limits us. And once we accept that the fact that we're limited, then the next thing that happens, we're only natural, normal. I mean, we have such a negative connotation as a society of abnormal. Well, that's abnormal. I don't think there's anyone in this soul tribe that's normal to anything. We are one diverse group. So anyway, we'll get more into this. Then, and I want to make sure the person who sent this to me, it was D Chillin. Thank you. It's the book Einstein Doesn't Work Here Anymore. And I just want to read this first little thing because this goes right in hand with the reptilian agenda. It says because Einstein took man down a path that regrettably, I think, retarded us from the path that we were heading. And because Einstein couldn't accept the supernatural, the unseen, which I really don't believe that is the case, but that's what they say. I don't know. But so the ether was taken out of science. And at this part, it says, Einstein Doesn't Work Here Anymore is one of the most unusual books you'll ever read. It is the fruit of 7 years of research and the theoretical investigation by the author and the two of his colleagues, all of whom have been involved in various branches of physics for most of their adult lives. The ideas offered here represent a radical departure from the conventional thinking and will elicit howls of protest from the old guard of the scientific establishment. Well, that right there says, I want to read this. Were it not for the fact that the experiments described in this book show results which simply cannot be explained by the orthodox science, the theoretical material might well be dismissed by anyone with a modicum of scientific education. Yet the experiments are real and can be repeated easily at relatively little cost. Interested? Let's go on. The book is a challenge to orthodoxy. The gauntlet has been thrown down. It is now for the defenders of the scientific mainstream either to explain the experimental results in terms of orthodox theories or to admit that conventional science is sadly lacking in its ability to interpret the real world. In light of the material in this book, many cherished notions of the 20th century physics fall like tin pins. Here is a casualty list. The second law of thermodynamics. Wait a minute. First and second law of thermodynamics is that energy is neither created nor destroyed. The second science that's blown is the particle theory of light. Third, the conventional explanation of the galactic redshift. Fourth, the idea that the inert gases are quote unquote inert. We know they're not. The next, the notion that space is empty. It is physically impossible for space to be empty. There is no such thing as empty space. Anyway, the standard view of radioactivity. microwave, right? The accepted theory of disease, and the list goes on. In these pages, you will find not only the theoretical reasoning which led to the author's unorthodox conclusions, but detailed step-by-step instructions for building simple apparatus to demonstrate the existence of the inner gas energy fields. I think we ought to have a science day. I'll get the list of the materials and I'll get them, and let's have some fun. The last third of the book summarizes a number of medical cases, histories in which the inner gas fields were used with surprising and encouraging results. They have those oxygen chambers and other such things that the elite use. This book is not for everyone. Its appeal is to those who do not feel threatened by new concepts and who can contemplate the demise of an entire theoretical framework. And Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, right? Holy crap, it's shattered. And see only the thrill of advancing yet another step closer to the final truth of reality. Read this book if you dare to. So we will get into this next different types. It gives out the warnings. We'll get into it. So anyway, there we go. I was going to get into our other two, but it's Friday. So Teresa says 6 p.m. Pacific time. Oh, that's for tonight, folks. Tonight's on the Drama 7 is astrology, numerology, and tarot from Alex Fox. There we go. Natalie is at Persetti, and Karen, Grandpa Brian, Mindy Moo. Wow, that's a whole lineup. Wow. There Karen says, go to see the video from him about this book. I don't know which book is that, Karen. I'm coming, getting in here a little bit late, but that's okay. What book is that? Oh, well, I'll tell you what book that was. Give me 1 second. I think it was Einstein Doesn't Work Here Anymore. PDF. Let me see. I got it in the PDF because that's how it was forward to me. Einstein Doesn't Work Here Anymore, a treatise on the new science. This is the cover with step-by-step instructions for apparatus to demonstrate the inner gas field effect by Maurice B. Cook. Bravo. That's all I got to say. Bravo. This should be fun. Someone's talking about vitamin C. I will tell you this from personal, we do it. If you're not taking zinc, you're not taking vitamin D, vitamin C, along with that, and another supplement of vitamin B12, you really should consider it. It is remarkable. Well, Teresa, have yourself a fabulous strong end of the week. Or the weekend, who cares? It's like, Saturday and Sunday, dude. Oh, how to become a supernatural being. Cool. All right. See, Karen knows about it. There we go. See, this group is well versed. I mean, they're freaking geniuses walking around here. I mean, the combined knowledge, if we could do this, collectively, holy crap. I mean, you'd want to be in our part of the quadrant of the spiritual realm. Magnesium as well. Yes, don't take too much of magnesium. You'll you won't have any problems with constipation. I'll just say that. So yeah, it works and it's fabulous. I'm actually doing some starting to use some sandalwood, which was very interesting. So Cellcat says, I I'm supernatural. I believe, listen, yeah, I'm right there with you. Yeah. Eleanor Roosevelt quoted the Mandela effect. Now, it would surprise me to find myself in another reality. What was that? Any more than my surprise to find myself in this reality. And I'm still trying to figure out what this reality is, but it's interesting to say the least. All right, folks. So this is the future me speaking to the past me. You're beautiful and you're much loved. In fact, there are so many unseen entities, energy beings that just love us. They do. They really dig our style. Why? Because we have a good energy. It's a good vibe. Yeah. I'm thinking about good vibrations. She's giving me. So we got the good vibrations going on. That's all I got to say. So, Big Al, I love it. Holy freaking little bat girl, you're a divine freaking genius. That's what we are. We're all freaking geniuses here. And it works. All right, folks, smile, learn to laugh at least once a day. Do it like you should with a bowel movement. It'll help move your bowels. Good laughter. It doeth the heart as a good medicine. Shannon, have yourself a wonderful weekend as well. Marsha Price, if you're listening, much love to you, dear. Thank you. Seriously, you ought to think about these things. They're really great. Think agape love and always. Great deal. Mary Wins, we're sending you love and protection along with the rest of you ladies. I mean, this is BS. Ain't going to happen. If they attack you, they're attacking me. They're attacking all of us. And now that we all know about it, there is going to be some kick ass in the spiritual realm. Kick ass. I mean, to use the phrase in the movie, we're going to give them a shellacking. That's all I got to say. A shellacking. So, all right, folks, tune in to the ladies over on Geronimo 7 tonight. Y'all know Van Robert V with the Milky Way Soul Tribe tomorrow night, and then Nina on Sin Night. So Sunday, you get it. Yeah. Now it says I am Nancy. Now I got that song stuck in your head. It's going to be there all day. Trust me. So we're going to go and we're going to give the spirit realm a shellacking. We got some punks that we need to find, and we will find them. There's no way they can hide, Yeah. Because you see, it's like once they touch your ethereal form, your energy is on them. That's how we find them. All right, folks. So much love to you. Thank you for tuning in. Been a great hour, just a fun time. No agenda. Linda Brooks, you're welcome. Big Al, Jenny, much love to you. So let's go over and give them a shellacking. All right, folks. I'll see you on Monday. Who knows? Maybe sooner. I don't know. All right.